So folks, for our 3-meat boozy chili, we've got bacon,
pork chops, and hamburger meat.
Now the hamburger meat's going to be separate. We're going to do that up separate. The pork chops are going to be raw, and Joey the bacon.
The bacon, we're going to par cook the bacon in the oven. By the way, if you're not cooking your bacon in the oven already, you absolutely should. It sucks out of the pan. It doesn't cook evenly. In the oven, way better. So we're going to par cook that. That'll go in towards the end. Yeah, like you said, pork chops are going in. They'll just go straight into the chili raw because there's not that much fat. It's pretty lean meat. So, oh, then as far as beans, we got everything you can find at the discount store. So we got chickpeas, we got butter beans, Great Northern, black-eyed peas, and then chili beans, which I'm pretty sure are just kidney beans. Then as far as the tomatoes, we got this tomato sauce, which is really just tomato paste.
And that's not spaghetti sauce neither.
No.
You heathens.
No, it's not. And then we got crushed tomatoes. Those will go in and be seasoned as well.
And we've got our...
Oh, absolutely.
We've got the Rotel.
Gotta have Rotel.
Gotta have it.
It is the South. We got onion too. Onion is basically going to be the only vegetable going in there. It's a 3-meat chili. We're here for the meat, you know what I mean?
That's right.
And we also have a little bit of Jim Beam bourbon. That is going to go in, as well as a full beer and a little bit of pancake syrup. So
absolutely. Now, just personal preference, you can do pancake syrup. You can do a big daub of grape jelly. Either works really well, but you want to get that sweetness. You want to get that sweetness and that sugar and a little bit of texture as well.
Let's get it going then. All
Let's
right.
do it.
Let's cut some shit up.
Hell yeah.
And then once this goes in there raw, where you've got so much tomato content, it's very acidic. Whenever you put the shit we're going to be making, that we're going to be putting this into raw, is very acidic.
And that'll actually cook the meat.
Well, that, and I mean, well, it's going to be hot already, but what that's going to do is tenderize the meat.
Oh.
Instead of heat, the acidity will really just fucking make it. It's almost like having. It's even better than pieces of ham because it's really, really tender. So that will be nice. Fucking moist.
Noise. Noice. Noise.
Yeah. Make that.
It'll be good. So this will let our grease drain and still keep our bacon nice and perfect.
That's right.
And then we might use that grease throw in the chili.
But yeah, a little bit. You gotta do a little bit.
So I don't know if you've seen this, but my mom showed me a trick with cutting onions over Christmas. Can I use this one?
Yeah.
Okay. Some folk picky on their stuff. So she started with a whole onion, went this way, never peeled it or anything, and then cut one end, okay, and then just started slicing, which I don't get, because to me that's dirty.
You want to grab that peel off there first?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Mom, you're going to kill us.
She's like, nah, you'll figure it out.
So, now don't forget, I mean, you know, my mom in her 70s. So she went to cutting and didn't peel the onion. But after peeling, the trick is actually pretty cool once you've peeled that onion. And the trick is, you cut one end and then leave this one whole, and then just bring your knife up to the end of it, and then you can just start chopping this way and everything's connected. So I'll see if I can mimic the trick after I peel set it. We probably shouldn't have done them shots neither, but hey, here they are.
I haven't cut myself in a while, and I haven't
You
yet.
lay yourself
But
open?
dude,
Oh, you're
almost
feeling
twice. Yeah, no, almost twice. I was like, oh, that's fucking.
That's close.
That's by God, that's a sharp knife right there. I tell you.
You know, I've cut myself on a dull knife way more often than I have a sharp knife.
Joke's on you. Sharp knives don't hurt that bad. You just, well, you got to deal with it fucking hurting like hell.
Well, see, with a sharp knife, you're respectful of it. With a dull knife, you tend to go, you know, and that's when something slips or whatever, and you end up laying yourself open. Okay, so I'm going to attempt this trick now that this thing has been officially peeled. So what my mom did was left one end unscathed. Okay, and I'll show you that. So you want to leave one end unscathed, and then line up your cuts so that you're almost at the tip, but not all the way through. And then you can just chop up from this end, and then just throw this piece away, and you're done. It was pretty effective, but like I said, we will give it a shot. And then that's all that's left. Is this little chunk of shit that you weren't going to use anyway.
Dyson onions is a bitch anyways. I hate doing
it. I've never minded it, but yeah, sometimes it can get a little emotional.
Well, have you ever cut a 30-pound bag of onions?
Oh God, no. I have not. I have cut for me and mine, and that's it.
Yeah. Dude, same thing. Dude, I used to the prep work when I was a fry cook was as soon as you come in, fry 150 pounds of potatoes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, dude, it was nuts. 150, just slam them through one of those fucking cutters. And dude, this place was nasty as fuck. I don't know if this thing's recording, but I'll let them know.
No, it's recording.
Nobody ever cleaned that fucking the cutter.
Oh God.
So you know what I'm talking about? That
Yeah.
It's like mounted to a wall and you just slam potatoes through it.
Yeah.
So nobody would ever clean it. And when I got there, and that was like my job, I took it all apart and took it down to the dishwasher. And I was like, hey man, this thing needs to be fucking clean. And he was like, yeah. He was like, dude, to be honest with you though, nobody cleans it. And I was like, yeah, I see that.
That
like,
is what we call obvious.
Yeah, because when potatoes oxidize and it turns purple, it just looks like fucking, like, I don't know, dude. It looked like flesh. It's so gross.
Terrible.
Anyways, Mondays, half off sushi at the
Oh, and when you're like piling up and everything, don't use the blade of your knife. Use the back end of the knife, because this is what dulls your knife over time.
So we're gonna par bake it because it's gonna cook a lot more evenly. It's not gonna be super crunchy once it's in the chili, but it's gonna be solid enough to know that it's there. You don't want
crunchy in chili.
Yeah, it'd be like little pieces of boogers or something. we're gonna cut it before we put it in. Obviously, we'll cut it into little slivers and then throw that in on top, and that should do work wonders.
Oh yeah.
Got a ceramic coated, which the ceramic's fucking coming off, but copper pot, and these things are the shit.
Oh yeah.
So
Now, what size is that bad boy?
who fucking knows? I would say this is probably like a 3-quart, 4-quart,
3-quart, 4-quart.
Yeah, it's probably 4-quart. I'd say you can fit a gallon in there.
All right, so 3 or 4 quarts you could easily, as long as it's a pot, copper or ceramic, cast.
Well,
But we's on a budget, and oh god, before we go any further, cast iron over an open fire. We're going to be doing this again this coming summer when we go camping.
Yeah, summer's gonna get real.
Yeah, summer we're gonna be doing some shit. We're gonna be outside, and everything will be over.
Nature and
we're gonna be
shit.
naturing it up.
In between trailers, really, but it's...
I mean, you know, smoke between the single wides, if you know what I mean, folks. But for right now, a 1 gallon pot, doesn't matter, gas stove, electric stove, none of that shit. But we're gonna be chucking that into this bad boy.
Throw a little Earl in there, you know what I'm saying?
Yep, gotta slick that thing up, you know.
And then onions are good to go.
Onions first. Heck yeah.
I'm gonna get some of this super fresh cut garlic that we got.
Mm-hmm.
It was fresh cut yesterday, is what they told me. I bought it a week ago.
That's about as fresh as my ex-wife, son. So we're adding a nice little bit of salt.
That kosher salt.
That's that kosher salt.
Thick salt.
Yeah.
You know we like them thick.
There's salt on the beef. Big grains of salt.
And be liberal, okay? You're not seasoning for one person. You're seasoning for a whole meal. You don't want to just be like, oh, that's too much salt that I would eat on my plate. You have to think about the whole meal. And then we're adding more salt in this motherfucker too, because we're gonna fill this bitch up. We're gonna have a
big
lot of
ass
fucking-
pot of chili.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty good.
All right, so while that's simmering, like we said, you're gonna have leftovers. We're counting on it. We're dependent on it. So what you can do, you can vac seal it. You can get a quart Ziploc bag. After this cools, pour it straight into the Ziploc, seal that sumbitch up, go straight in the freezer. And leftover chili's amazing. It's good on crackers. It's good with cornbread. It's good on a good French bread. You name it. But a good sturdy bread, sopping up good chili. Oh. That's a hangover helper all in itself for days on end. And when you're a couple of alcoholics, you need shit like that. All right, so far we've gotten the vast majority of our beans. And so let's see, we've done our chili, our chickpeas, our Great Northerns, and we've also thrown in some of the Rotel. And now the most important ingredient. Now we actually didn't have this in the shot, but you're also going to throw in a can of chicken broth. Is that right, Joey?
Yeah, just a little bit of chicken broth. You got to have some sort of liquid other than beer in there, because otherwise it might just flavor everything like beer. So we love beer, but we don't want beer food.
we don't need beer flavored beans. All right. Oh, there's our black eyed peas. Now all right, so the way we cut these, the way we did these, if you leave a little bitty tab, something that helps you strain, get the water out of it, and then all you gotta do is dump, close it back up, throw it in the trash. Ready?
Oh yeah.
All right. And the last thing is our huge ass can of crushed tomatoes.
We've got no meat in this at this point.
Yeah, there's no meat in this at this point.
But we're about to fuck it
But
up.
we're about to throw that shit in there. It's going to have more meat in it than Riley Reid. It's going to be like casting couch.
Oh yeah, that's got to go in there too.
And their syrup, and the syrup.
Yeah. And
now it's not going to be crazy spicy because, you know, when you're hungover, the last thing you need is rumble tummy.
oh yeah.
But
yeah.
this will add a lot of flavor, and then we're just going to put it right over those pork chops. Give it some layer and some definition to the flavors.
I'm gonna rinse my hand off first.
Who'da thunk it?
That's craziness. And then I'm gonna dry it off with this dirty dish rag.
As you do. As you do.
As you do.
I mean, ain't neither of us vaccinated, for shit's sake. You know, I just thought, I'm pretty sure this is the only cooking show except for, well, there might be a few out there that I don't think any of them swear as much as we did. And fuck you.
And fuck them other shows too.
And fuck them other shows, because, you know, they ain't helping you with your hangover. We are. We're here to help you. We're providing a service. So throw that with your good bread, your good crackers, and maybe a beer. Till next time, this is Hangover Helper. I'm John. This is Joey. Have a great night.
Drink them up.